Well, this is a little video I'm doing. We're taking a trip to Germany and Austria, and thought we'd take you along with us, and we're going to show you step by step on this trip. It's going to be one long video. I've never done a long video before, so we'll have a chance to do a long video. So our plan is we're going to fly into Frankfurt, which is up here at the top of the screen. And then eventually we're going to spend 2 nights at Heidelberg. Then eventually we're going to go down and spend a full week. It's just south of Salzburg in a little timeshare that we managed to get a pretty good rate on. So I'm going to explain a lot on this trip. I'm going to explain to you how why we're taking the trip, and I'm going to explain to you why we're different things about the trip, and what we had to do to prepare for it. We in this particular case, me and my wife have both been to Germany before. My wife lived over there on, I think, three different occasions. I've been over there several times on TDY with the Air Force up here near Frankfurt. There's an area there that I spent some time at, the Air Force Base. Zoom in here a little bit and show you the area outside of Kaiserslautern that I've spent some time at. As we zoom in here, the base comes up here. Ramstein Air Base is where I spent some time at. So probably at least 4 different TDYs there. And then I passed through one time on the way to Afghanistan and to the Middle East. We used to also stay, when we went down there, we'd stay out here in this little town. Simbach actually was an old base. You can actually kind of see where the old base used to be there. The runway's gone, and we used to stay in a little housing area outside of there. So I plan on trying to revisit a few of these places that I've been to in the past. Same thing with my wife. She spent a lot of time in the Heidelberg area, so that's where we plan to go out there. And we're going to spend 2 nights there in a Holiday Inn Express, believe it or not. That's what the hotel is. It's downtown. And we're going to rent a car on the way over. So we're going to go over and rent a car, but we're going to try to use the train a little bit here and there. But we're going to drive around. I've drove over it before. It was pretty easy to rent a car. We did get the extra insurance. I think it was an extra $100 just to be on the safe side. I did have to have a special license. You take your license into AAA, and they will make you up a license for overseas. And we'll get into the details of that stuff later in the planning of the trip. But this just shows you an idea, and I'm going to put this out as a introduction to this trip, and then eventually we're going to do the actual trip itself. So what I'm asking from you all as an audience is, what do you want to see? Do you want to see a lot? We're going to be in the mountains a lot. Do you want to see a lot of music in the videos? Do you want to hear me talking, which I doubt you do, but I can explain some things along the way. But my thought is to have a long full feature video and try to do some music to some of the beautiful scenery that we'll be seeing, and have some commentary on different places we go. Like I say, this is the basics of the trip. We're going to go down here and we're going to spend some time. We're big Sound of Music fans, and so if you are, you have to go on the Sound of Music tour. So that'll be one of our parts of our video. We'll video along that. It goes through all the different scenes from the movie. They actually go out to some of these lakes over here on this side here. And another trip we plan on taking is around in this area right here. I don't know if you can see the arrow very clearly, but this is where the eagle's nest, where Hitler had his eagle's nest, and we'll do that as a trip. We'll go up there, and there's a place in Berchtesgaden. I may butcher up some of these towns. But anyway, there's a place there where there's an old salt mine, and you can go down the salt mine, and it's something my wife had done in the past, and So she wanted me to experience that as well. Plus, she wanted to do it again. So you can say, here's the Eagle's Nest, and then here's the salt tour. So we'll definitely, and probably be a day or two we'll spend there, and then we'll plan on going out to, and I'm going to butcher this up again. There's a castle, that the famous Cinderella Castle, and we're going to go down. It's way over in here. See if I can find it. I think it's over in here. Well, I'm having trouble finding now, but we'll get into that. But that's one of our trips we're going to take. We do plan to come down here, lower than Salzburg in Austria, and there's some lakes here that we saw on. I've seen several pictures of these lakes. They're beautiful lakes that are right in the snowy mountains. I'll zoom in on them here. They're really beautiful lakes up in the mountains, and you can go drive up to these mountains and see these lakes. And you can see how neat they sit in the mountains there. Another thing I do on my trips is I'm a geocacher, so I will do a few geocaches. There's a few around these lakes. I won't be doing a whole lot of geocaching because it's just hard to translate the language. So I'll do them as I can and do them here and there, and that'll be part of our trip. But it's definitely on this trip. It's not going to be the main part of our trip. Something also that I've been using a lot lately is a drone, and I won't be taking my drone. It could be taken to these type sites, to Germany, probably, but I just don't want the headache of it and worrying about the local laws. So I may use that on other trips, but this trip is probably not the trip for that. So some of the other places that we plan on going are we're planning on going around south of Salzburg to supposed to be the world's largest ice cave. We're going to go up through there and check that out. I'm not sure if we'll both go on the ice cave or maybe we'll just go up to it. We'll just see how that works out. It's pretty amazing area there. After that, and we do plan to go to the Garmisch area, and we're going to hike into a really neat area there's a gorge that we're planning on going through there, and that's kind of a neat area as well. After that, we're also going to do we're going to go to the highest point in Germany. There's a cable car that takes you up to the top, and there's a pretty good hike and climb up at the very top that I'm hoping I can try to get to the very highest point there. There's a geocache there, and it's a little bit of a scary climb, but I'm hoping I can do that. Showing you some of the preparation that we're doing for the trip. Got a lot of stuff together here. Showing you first, when you go overseas, you have to have your passport, and we also got this paper here that lets us drive overseas. It's something you go through AAA, and I think it was like $20, and you have to have that in conjunction with your state license to go overseas. That's something they put together. It just interprets your driver's license so the Europeans can understand that. So they should have okay with that when you see that. Other stuff we've got in here, we've got a rent-a-car agreements, we've got different things, our hotel agreements, and then here we have a sheet on the Salzburg Sound of Music tour. Also, we got a Garmin Nuvi that we were going to use, and we've got a card that we purchased for Europe and Austria. So we'll plug that in, and that should give us all our routing instead of trying to use Google Maps and have to worry about our phone. Also have a few sheets on all the places we plan to visit. Kind of shows their hours and how much it costs to get into a tour, or if we need a bus to get to a certain place. Also bring my GoPro and charging cords here. Also going to have a converter. We're going to have two different converters. One, a converter for more higher energy things above 50 watts, and then a smaller one for other small stuff to charge. Also bring in my big camera, tripod, and another extra small camera that I'm recording this with. And that way I'll have plenty of coverage. And like I've told you before, this is a preparation video for the big video. So just like I say, we're kind of show you what we had to do to get ready for this trip, and it'd be nice for you to let us know what you want to see in this trip. Well, I plan on doing some pictures of the scenery. I'm not going to do many pictures of myself because I don't like to be in most of my videos. And we'll just describe the different places that we visit. And we want to take you all along to see what you think of the different places we go. And hopefully we can express all the neat things about that. And that's about all I have. And like I say, I'd like for you guys to add in your comments of what you might want to see in the big video when we get back from our trip. So make sure you subscribe to this channel.